Hello, my dearly dears, and welcome! You're at the right spot because we're talking about patterns. Get it? Spot? Patterns? It's a pun! Anyway, patterns are repeated decorative design. Oftentimes, we think of patterns as being geometric. Squares, circles, rectangles, all coming together in a repeated pattern that isn't very complicated. But then you get patterns like this one. You can see that all the flowers repeat eventually, and even though they're in different places throughout the piece, it's still technically a pattern. And look how much variety it has. You find pattern everywhere, including in nature. And just like how every zebra has a different pattern, while ours have to be repeating, they don't always have to be exact. Take Yayoi Kusama, for example. Yayoi Kusama is a Japanese artist who was born in 1929, and she's still creating to this day. I'll list a link below, but the biggest thing to know about Yayoi is that she loves polka dot, and she pretty much puts them in everything she does. For her, using dots reminds her of the infinite and expanding universe around us all. And she's even made whole mirror rooms that look like they go on for infinity using, again, dots. Now, just like the zebra stripes, you can see that not all of these dots are the same size or color, and in fact, it's almost impossible to do so. But they still repeat in a pattern, and there's a theme. Dot, dot, dot. We're going to be doing a project called A Rip in Space, and just like the zebra's pattern and the leopard's pattern, how they are a little bit different and they're not exactly perfect, I don't want you to worry about having everything exact unless you want to. It can be a little organic. So, let's get started. So, here's everything you'll need. At least 2 pieces of paper. What is even in this one? One can be smaller than the other. A pen can literally be any pen. And that's it. If you really want to get fancy, you can, oh god, you can use watercolors, but only one color. One. It doesn't actually matter which of the colors, just make sure it's only one of them. Step 1, choose a place. Now you're gonna have to choose a place. It could be any place. It could be your room, it could be the school, it could be outer space like Yayoi. Just choose a place that you have emotions about. And then, step 2, identify how you feel about that place. So, for example, if I was going to do the woods, how does that make me feel? For some people, the woods is a super scary place and is somewhere that's forbidden and mysterious. For me, it's a place of strength and a little bit of mystery. Imagine being in that place. How do you feel? Step 3, make a pattern of it. Now, here's where things can get a little bit different. Everyone is going to have a different meaning for all of the patterns. Yayoi imagined being in outer space, and that's why she did polka dots. Because of the vastness of space, the planets, and the ever-expanding universe. Whereas for me, polka dots just feels kind of quirky. I wouldn't do it for the mystery of the universe. I'd do it for, this is circus, this is fun, this is kind of playful. That's what polka dots mean to me. So basically, there are no wrong answers. As long as you have a reason behind it, you can really use anything. I'll show you a couple of examples. Here's my pattern for the forest. The forest is a place of strength. Lucky for me, in art, vertical lines is a way to express strength. And, you know, it kind of looks like trees. I also use the ovals to be the bark, but also it looks kind of mysterious. Those kind of concentric ovals look kind of little mystery, little spooky. And then I filled in the back with black graphite, whatever that is. This is the one that I did when I was thinking of my house. The pink wandering line isn't necessarily a pattern, but it does show the silliness that me and my partner have usually. Right, honey? Right? No? Thanks. I swear we're silly, I swear. Anyway, even though the wandering pink line isn't a pattern, The hearts and circles actually are. If you take a look, the heart, circle, heart, circle pattern is alternating around the line. And then, as it goes out to the second line, heart, circle, out and out and out. So there is an element of pattern in there. It counts, all right? My last example is words. You could choose a word or even a sentence to describe how you feel about something, honestly. And as long as they're repeated, it's a pattern. I did that one in a project about my diabetes, and honestly, it took a little bit of time to do, but it was so worth it. You can also see that I added a little bit of color, a wash of watercolor, if you will. You can do watercolor, you can do some color, make sure that it's only one color, like I said, but you don't have to. Once you're done with your pattern, you can go on to step 3. 4. Once you're done with your pattern, you can go on to step 4. Write a word on your second paper. Now, this word can complement your pattern or can just be a summary of how you feel about that thing that you were doing it on. For example, for the forest, I did shh. And for the one that was my home, I did sweetie. It's an inside joke between me and my partner. It has to do with Animal Crossing and making him waste time. It was great. Even if the word doesn't make sense to people who are looking at it, that's okay for this one. Oh, and make sure that you choose a nice font. Miss B, I'm done. Making the font look just a little bit better is actually pretty easy. So yeah, use cool letters. Or pretty letters, or whatever. Use some nice ones. And last, but certainly not least, step 5. Rip out the word and place where you want it. You'll notice here that I ripped it pretty close to the letters so that you could see as much as the pattern behind it as possible. And there we have it. Here's my forest one, and here is my home one, with a sweet little slant and having it up and to the side, and I think it's cute. And that's the long and short of it. I hope you have a lot of fun with these, because I know that I did. I know I've had a checkered past with some of these videos, but I'm sure you can read between the lines as you go forward. And I'm sure no matter what you do, it'll be well plaid. Like played, but plaid. And as always, have fun and stay curious. What? Nope. I'll give you one last chance, right? Right?
Yeah.
We're silly.
Yeah.